Well, hi there, folks. Welcome back to Mossy Roots Farm. We're going to talk about why picking your bull is the most important thing you can do for your farm operation. This guy here is Papa Murphy. He's got a more technical name, but we call him Papa Murphy because he's such a good dad, and he's such a good boy. This guy here has been a very big benefit, oh, quit running away, butthead, to the farm. And we have some calves over here that we can show you that with. This guy is Remy, and this guy here is Rocky. Rocky is 6 months old. Remy is a year and 6 months old. They both came out of this mama right here. The only difference is the fathers. When I look at Remy, or Rocky, I'm sorry, I'm probably going to get him confused because they're both ours. He's got a little bit nicer shoulder, I think, a little bit deeper shoulder. He's got a little bit more muscle in the butt. He is hunched right now because his head is buried eating grass. But he looks pretty good from a beef standpoint. We're not show cow breeders just yet, so you know, some of the show quality stuff I'm overlooking. That's just because we're not breeders for that, and well, I'm not that experienced with cows yet. Now, Remy is definitely growing really nicely. I'm not going to say Remy isn't growing very well. Remy was just out of a artificial insemination straw, where Rocky was out of Murphy. They still look really good. They don't have any of the, I don't know if I can get close to them, they don't have any of the indents in their hips back there. So I know that they're doing really good, especially in comparison to that jersey, those jerseys over there. You know, the butt muscles on Remy here just seem a little flatter, a little less defined than Mr. Rocky up there. Mr. Rocky is still possibly on mama's milk. I mean, he is 6 months old at this point, so he should be weaned, but we leave that up to mama. They've been doing pretty good with their children. So the one major thing that we look for in a bull is small calves. Like little Miss No Name up here. I don't know how close I'm going to be able to get to her. She's probably going to run from me, but little Miss No Name up here is a very small calf, which is good. We want small, we don't want large. She's right next to Miss Penny, who's a little bit bigger, but Miss Penny was also like a couple weeks older. But we want them small at birth, because at birth they're easier on the mamas when they're smaller, but we want them to grow like crazy. So ideally, small birthing weight, small animal, but still substantial enough to survive a winter. And then once they get big enough, we want them to grow like crazy. Rocky here just looks more like a bull. They are both steers. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. They are both steers. But we want them to be as bull-like as possible. Because if they have bigger shoulder, bigger butt, bigger rib muscles, they're going to have more weight at hanging. They're going to have more meat for the consumer. So things like that are stuff that we're looking for. You know, like I say, conformation, if his head is higher than his shoulders, like we don't really care about that. You know, if his hooks are too far from his pins, I mean, we're just eating him. We're not doing show animals. So it doesn't really matter to us in stuff like that. Now, the reason their coats may look different is because it's 6 months old. I don't know if Mr. Rocky has shed or anything like that. Plus, we're coming into fall, so there might be some fall coats starting to come in. It's a little warm today, but so stuff like that. But that's pretty much what we look for. We're looking for nice, big, and beefy. And this is a great example right here, these two. The height doesn't really bother us. They are both, all three of these guys are non-chondro, including Dad. Dad's non-chondro. So the height isn't really an issue for us. We are mainly just looking at how big and beefy. You know, Mr. Rocky here looks like he's got more neck to him, more dewlap to him than Mr. Remy back there, which Papa's got a really nice big dewlap too. That's where the brisket comes out of. Well, not the fat and skin is the dewlap, but the brisket is underneath of there. But things like that is what we are really after. We cannot compete in an open beef market, so we have to try and make sure that we're getting as much as we can while still sticking to Dexter breed standards, which is why he has his horns. Because If we just wanted a lot of weight at the butcher shop, we would have to go with a different breed of cow because these guys just wouldn't do it for us. But we just want nice big rib capacity, nice big shoulders. It is very hard comparing a 1.5 old to 6 months old because he's had an entire year to grow. But I can already kind of tell that his shoulders are just a little bit, you know, his are more defined because I don't think he has as much fat on him as his baby brother who's still on mama's milk. But I just like the look of him better. He's just got more butt, a little bit more shoulder to him. And again, from a show standpoint, he might be the worst thing out there. But from a beef standpoint, you know, I kind of like the looks of that. You know, and like I say, that's out of Papa Murph, Rocky is, and Remy is out of some friends of ours. They had semen straws that they were selling, and he was out of theirs. Now, again, not saying there's anything wrong with a smaller animal. That's just not what we're trying to do. All right, ladies, you gonna say goodbye? Yeah, ladies say it's, little girls say it's time to go home. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.